What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk about this 68 Charger RT. I met a kid at a local college. We were sitting in math class one day, and I think in the textbook there was a mention of a Charger or something, and he said, "Oh, I have a 68 Charger RT in my back barn." And I kind of was in disbelief. Never seen any cars like that around my area. And so we kept talking. And finally, I convinced him to bring me to his house. And sure enough, there was a car, at least. So, as much as I could see it, tucked in the back corner of this barn. And it was hard to tell what it was. It was completely covered with junk and not unlike it is right now, really. So I couldn't really tell what it was at first, but as I peeled the layers back, it became clear it was a 68 Charger. And it was an RT car. But I came around the back, and as you can tell by the missing metal, it had a lot of rust. So that was a little bit of a bummer. But I live in northern Michigan, so it wasn't all that surprising, really. So the guy who owned this car actually had passed away. And he had just retired. He was going to restore the car, but he got sick and he ended up passing away. So it sat for many years in the corner of this barn until I found it. But I didn't get the car right away. The widow had talked like the car meant a lot to her and that she was going to have it restored. So I did not make an offer and I did not press the issue. And I left it there. But as time went on, I kept in touch with the person I met at the local college and, kept prodding him a little bit about it. And one day I just asked him, what would it take? And he kind of threw out a number and I wasn't real sure. But then, about a year later, I had a dream about the car. And I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to buy that Charger. I went out there. I agreed to the price they wanted. I did not dicker with them at all on it. She was a tough lady, and she told me her price, and I paid it. We brought it home. We were hot and heavy into it for a while. Had to do a little patch here. There was mice living inside the frame. And there was actually two quarter panels on both sides. Somebody had just slapped another quarter on there and covered up rust. So we cut it all out. The outer wheelhouse had rust, so we cut the rust off of it. Trunk was patched with some really bad patches. We cleaned it up, and then some other cars got in the way, and unfortunately, here it sits full of parts. The interior was pretty complete. The dash is all complete. Right now, it's got parts of this car kind of sitting inside of it. And I know, guys, it looks like a mess, but we do not have that much space out here, unfortunately, and we have a lot of parts. '69 Dodge Charger grill that actually came with this car. I got a lot of additional parts. The guy was a big Mopar guy, and I got a lot of parts with the car. The guy throughout his life had about 3 Chargers, and basically I'm pretty sure 2 of them they brought to the junkyard and just took all the parts off of them and left the rusty hulks behind. And I told the widow that when I do finally get this car on the road, and I will, I'm going to drive out to them and give her and her son a ride in the '68 Dodge Charger RT. Thanks, guys.